YouTube? It's Angel from the AUE 322 channel. Today I'm going to be drawing Spider-Man. I already drew the outline earlier, but I'm going to be coloring it in with a bunch of different Sharpies right now. And I'm not doing this for copyright infringement or any of that stuff, I'm just doing this for fun. Been a huge fan of Spider-Man ever since I was a little kid. I have a bunch of different blues, and I just got this one solid red. So again, with the Sharpies, you don't want to oversaturate the paper, because then you can tear it. It's okay if it flows a little too. Just try to follow and keep it within his facial shape, because you can always go over that with the Sharpie, the fine tip one. You always want to pull your circles, and then you want to push your lines. Sometimes I forget that though. Everybody's got their own technique, but that always usually helps. It takes practice though. I still screw up too sometimes, but it's all about trial and error, and then just working on your skills. It's all about fun too. Never forget about the fun. It's part of the reason I'm so thankful that I joined the field that I did, video game art and animation, because I can actually draw for a living if I get the right jobs. But I haven't gotten any paid video game opportunities, but I've had some internships which were actually really awesome. When I was in college, I got to work on 3 games with some friends. That was a lot of fun. We had teams of over 30 people, but we had groups of at least 15 to 20 in class, and it was great. We all dedicated time, and we would have different schedules with the different professors and other students who were also working on other different games, and we would have reviews every week, just about our progress and any milestones that we'd achieved with the games, any sort of errors that we ran into as well. It was a lot of fun. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I just hope to work on some more video games in the future, continue to work on art, eventually be able to make a living off of it, but I love drawing for fun though too. Let's see. Made his hands a little smaller than I should have. That's okay. You can always make them a little larger. Just try to follow the same outline and just flow with it. Eventually you can clean it up with the larger Sharpie. Just try to remember to follow the contours of the hand. It's a little tricky when the hand is one of the most difficult parts to draw on the human body, but it's a lot of fun when you do it right. If you ever need reference, I usually just bend my hand to kind of see. That always helps out. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, he's a Spider-Man. I've always liked the cartoons too, and the comic books, the video games, movies, everything. Big fan ever since I was a little kid, and everybody in my family too. I'll never forget that scene with Tobey Maguire drawing out the spider suit with the Sharpies. That's always made me want to kind of draw this. I also like the Andrew Garfield movies, but Tobey Maguire will always be the first Spider-Man. But I like Tom Holland too, he's pretty cool. Very picky about Spider-Man though, with the actors, but they did a good choice too. I like all of them, but I always like Tobey Maguire is the first. Okay. So before I get too far into detail, I want to make sure that I can outline the muscles, so that way I can go over them with the Sharpie in certain areas like this one after it in certain areas like this after it dries, because I don't want to drag over the wet Sharpie marks, just because if I do it might shred it, so you want to give it some time to kind of dry. Remember not to let your hand drag on the paper. I think I just broke that rule right now. Yeah, I did. Thank God I did not smudge, but if you make a mistake, don't worry, you might be able to still blend it. Okay. Just going to start shading in certain areas so we can start letting them dry. Whenever I'm shading them in, I always kind of like to follow the form. That way, just draw the person's eye to it, instead of just kind of smearing it on there. I'll draw their eye to it, but it won't make it stick on me for too long. It'll look more natural, like a muscle. Because if you just scribble it randomly on there at different angles, you can get different effects. But if you kind of follow the muscle flow, I found it really helps it make it stand out. I don't want to get rid of some of my lines either, because I don't want them to blend. So I'm going to leave some white space, and eventually I'll go over that. Like with the pecs, they've gone sideways, but with these I kind of went around in a circle for his, I can't remember what the heck this muscle group's called, so I'm just going to call it the shoulder muscle. I like the new Venom movie too, that was cool. Really liked it when the suit was talking smack to him too.